Hello again, it's me, the guy with the YouTube channel. Today, before we get on with the review, I just want to make one little announcement type thingy. Very soon, in fact, in a couple days, I'm going to be starting school again, so reviews and channel content in general are going to be shortcoming. I'm still going to try and get reviews and things out. Obviously, I'm going to finish up the G-Fest reviews, but it's going to be a little shortcoming for a while. So anyways, today we are doing a triple review of 3 things. The last 3 things I bought on day 2 of G-Fest, Saturday, is first one was the Y-msf Flying Jet Jaguar. Not really sure if you can see that. A little out of focus. And the Toho Machine Chronicles Series 2 White Heron and Super X2. This is not focusing on them. There we go. So we'll start with the Jet Jaguar, which I'm going to kind of rush with this because time constraints. But if you can kind of see the detail there, it's pretty basic. Head sculpt looks pretty good. This antenna should be more back. Just isn't really a whole lot to say. And he's in a flying pose, obviously. That's why he's called Flying Jet Jaguar. You can see hands. He's gray with a kind of sparkly gold glitter in him, or not gold but silver, and there are a few small flakes of gold glitter, as you can kind of see there. Probably not really focusing, but yeah, you can see it's missing the symbol on the belt and the flap on the back. Really just kind of basic detail, so that's it for detail. I know, really just kind of rushed through it, but there's not a whole lot to say. And for articulation, the waist can actually move, which actually kind of surprised me when I got this guy, that he actually had articulation in the waist. And for sizing, I'm not going to pull out the standard figures that you normally see, just going to pull out 1, maybe 2 figures per little thing. Here's the Y-msf Megalon. This isn't a very accurate sizing unless you want it to be like a mid-grow Jet Jaguar, or like a growing Jet Jaguar. And here's the Bandai Jet Jaguar, just for comparison. Yeah, not a whole lot to say there. And for history of the figure and pricing, this figure was released by Y-msf, not too sure when, and is commonly given away at, well, really, G-Fest for free. And they sometimes give it away for free. I know you can buy it on their website in a little pack with a bunch of other small random Y-msf things, but you know, you can't, not really a whole lot of ways to get them. And they've obviously made a bunch of different paint variants of this guy. So yeah, there's that. Shortest review ever. Right, now on to the Toho Machine Chronicles. We will start with the White Heron. Take it off the base, and you can see we have some very nice detail on this thing. These Toho Machine Chronicles did have some very nice little details on them. The cockpit's the windows painted a little off-center, but that's okay. You can see the hatches for the ejector seats, the doors. All these little lines have brown paint in them to kind of bring out the detail. You got the guns there. I think those are the guns. This is number 2. That's what I labeled it as. The rising suns are painted a little off-center on both sides. This one is higher than the other, but it's okay. Toho Machine Chronicles didn't particularly have the best quality control. You can see a lot of really nice detail. And just the wings and everything. The fins. On the back, we got some katakana, which I cannot read, as my Japanese is very bad. We got the Kiru Squad logo, yellow and black. We got the thrusters on the bottom, which look pretty good. Ones on the back as well. See, you can plug that up, but I just didn't do it for the review for time reasons. I'm pretty sure that's a hatch for the landing gear. Not sure what that's for. Intake thing. Don't really know a whole lot of plane terms, but yeah, it's a pretty well-detailed little piece. And for sort of accessories and extra features, because these Toho Machine Chronicles figures did have things like that. First off, we obviously get a base. See, it's got the Kiru Squad logo, which that's pretty cool. And we also get this, a stand, and it just plugs into the base. You just plug it in out of the box, and there you go. Plugs into this hole right there. Mine doesn't really like to stay on that well, as you can see, it just pops off pretty easily. We also get a bunch of other little things here. Out of the box, you get 2 of these, but I only have 1 because I lost one during a take of this review. So, yeah. But you're supposed to just pop out these little tiny thrusters here, which are actually accessories. It doesn't come with anything plugged into it, and you just plug them in there, but I lost one during a take of this review. We also get a door to plug up this, and this little door right here can come off like that. It is an accessory, but yeah, and all these little extra white door parts are come on a little sprue, which you have to cut them off, and it's kind of annoying. And you also get this one to plug up the back thruster, and obviously you just pop them out. I'm not going to do that for time reasons, just because last time I tried this review, it dragged on quite a bit. And then we also get, unplugging this door right here, the little Energizer microwave dish thing. You can see there's a lot of nice detail on that. There's a sculpted hinge. It can't actually hinge, but still, really nice detail, and it just plugs in there like that. There you go. We also get, which is a really cool accessory, and just plug that back in, are the winch cables to carry Kiru. It would have been cool if we got extended ones, but I can understand why they only gave us the retracted ones, and they just plug in there like that, and there you go. You got the winch cables. And for sizing, here, of course, is the SH Monster Arts Kiru 2002 version. Let me pull back a little bit, and as you can see, pull back a little more. As you can see, this is actually a really good sizing. They were about this big to each other in the movie, so yeah, there you go. If you want a little white heron to go with Kiru, look no further, get this one. Oh, and there was one little extra part I forgot to mention about this, because these were blind box things, and out of the box you get these little decals. How many times have I said out of the box in this review anyway? You get these little decals so you can actually label them as different ones. So if you accidentally got multiples of this, you could label them as a different white heron. So that's cool. And one more thing for sizing. Here's the Bandai 6-inch Godzilla 2000 blister pack version, which if this were Kiru Goji, this would actually be a good sizing, because if we put it in his mouth like that in the movie, they were about this big. So this sizes up well with 6-inch figures. So, and for history of the figure and pricing, this was released in Series 2 of the Toho Machine Chronicles, and I'm not too sure on, and Toho Machine Chronicles Series 1 and 2 were blind box figures, so when you bought them, you had no idea which one you would get, and I'm not sure on the rarity of this one, but I paid about $15 for this, and $15 for Super X too, so it came down to about 30, but yeah, there you go. And oh, for ratings on these, I'm not going to give them out of 10 ratings, but for the Jet Jaguar, I'm going to give him a 3.5 out of 5. He's a good little figure, not a whole lot to say. And for the White Heron, I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. It's a pretty good little thing, just the quality control could be a little bit better. And finally, in this very short review, we have the Toho Machine Chronicles Super X2 from Series 2, ironically enough. Let's take it off the base and look at the detail. As you can see, focus. It's not really focusing now. This is the problem I had last time. I don't really know how to get that to focus, but, well, if you could see it, because my phone wants to be a piece of crap, like always, and not focus. Come on, focus. Yeah, you can kind of see at least that it says DAG02. There is supposed to be a star in between the fire mirror doors, but that's okay that it's not there. And it's a small piece, even though the Monster Arts one has it painted and that's smaller, but you can see there's some katakana there. Not sure what that says. Maybe Super X2. And we got Super X2 written in English. You can see all the detail here. It's really nice. So you get the doors for the missiles. You got the camera on top, which looks pretty cool. There's not really a whole lot to say in terms of detail on this, other than it's pretty good. Other than it's missing some paint. And Super X2 there, little wing bits there. Bottom, the thrusters, they look nice, but they're not painted, so that kind of bothers me a little bit. And it is missing a rising sun. I think it should be about there on the bottom of it, but it doesn't really matter. It still looks good, and you can obviously tell what it is. And for accessories and features, we get this display stand, which isn't cool and detailed like the white heron. It's just pretty basic. It's got this kind of museum-y look to it, so that's kind of cool. And you're supposed to put it on this way, but I prefer to put it on like this, just because the Super X2 is kind of front heavy, so over time that could bend the base, bend the little stick thing forward and probably snap it off. We also get two little accessories, and if you have the Monster Arts Super X2, you know what to expect. We get the missiles. They're not painted, so these could really be the red ones or the blue ones. And to get it out, you just push this bit down, pop it out, and then just take the missiles and pop them in like that, and there you go. You got the missiles. They're big enough to be painted, but it still would have been cool. And what would have been really cool is if you just popped this panel off and then maybe like pushed in on this thruster, and that would have popped out the missiles, and then you could just grab them and pull them into place. But that probably, well, they probably could have actually fit that in, because it is a fairly hollow piece. Only the front is solid. Speaking of which, we also get the open fire mirror doors, which that looks really nice. You got the diamond in there. Mine came rotated for some reason, so I had to rotate it to the side, but you can see you got that nice circle texture in there. It's silver. These little smaller door bits have pulled out and moved to the side. See those little wingy bits in there? I'm not really sure if you can see it, but they are in there. And you got the Katakana, you got O2. DAG is a little rubbed on mine, and it still doesn't have the star, but like I said, doesn't really matter that much to me. And you can just pop the front off, just like the Monster Arts, and pop it in, just like the Monster Arts, except the diamond is actually sculpted to the fire mirrors and not the ship, and there you go. You got the Super X2 in full attack mode. Just pop that in, and there you go. And for sizing, here is the SH Monster Arts Godzilla 1995 Rebirth version, which makes this the only figure that I normally pull out in reviews to be shown in this review. But yeah, I would say these are pretty accurate. Super X2 might be a little bit too big, but I still think it looks good. So yeah, there you go, is that. And I do have SH Monster Arts Biollante, but I'm not going to pull that out just because it was never on screen with Biollante, the Super X2. Also, my review set doesn't really have the space for that. And for history of the figure and pricing, just like with the White Heron, this was originally released in the Series 2 of Toho Machine Chronicles. And it was a blind box series, obviously, like I already said. And it was fairly, well, I'm not sure on the rarity of any of the Toho Machine Chronicles figures, so really, you're just going to have to look around and see. And in terms of pricing, I see, well, I haven't actually ever seen these for sale, but I got this at G-Fest for $15, like the White Heron. Bought them both from the same place, so it was $30 for both. So, yeah, they might be a little bit expensive just for their small size. So overall, for a rating for the Super X2, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. Even though it's missing the paint job, I might just be partially because me being biased, because I really like the Super X2, but yeah, so there we go. 3.5 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5, 5 out of 5. So that's it for this short review. Thank you for watching. Like I said, reviews are probably going to be going a little shortcoming soon, and I might have to try and upload several in a couple days, or several in one day soon, but yeah, I'm still going to try and finish G-Fest reviews, which next one will be starting the reviews of the figures I got on Sunday, the last day of G-Fest. So like I said, thank you for watching. I'm dragging this review out, so like I said before, Shirmama Jamo, it means I accidentally ate the whole thing.